Did you ever wonder how the Olympics got started? It's quite a tale, tracing its roots far back into history. The Olympic Games as we know it had its inaugural run in the year 776 BC in ancient Greece. But it wasn't the colossal international spectacle we know today. No, it started as a simple religious festival, held in honor of Zeus, the leader of the Greek gods. The first athletes competed in a single event, a sprint across the length of the stadium. As the years rolled by, more sports were added, ranging from wrestling to chariot racing, transforming the festival into a major athletic competition. The Olympics were not just about athleticism and competition, they were deeply rooted in the spiritual and cultural fabric of ancient Greece. So the Olympics, a grand event today, began as a humble religious festival over 2 millennia ago. How did we transition from ancient Greece to the international spectacle we know today? Well, it wasn't an overnight process, but the revival of the Olympics can be credited to one enthusiastic French educator, Baron Pierre de Coubertin. In the late 19th century, Coubertin had a vision. He saw the Olympics not just as a series of sports competitions, but as a means of promoting international understanding and peace. With this vision, he founded the International Olympic Committee in 1894, but the journey didn't stop there. 2 years later, in 1896, the first modern Olympics were held. And where better to host them than in Athens, Greece, the birthplace of the ancient games? These games marked the beginning of a new era, bringing together athletes from around the world to compete and celebrate the spirit of sportsmanship. From a forgotten ancient event, the Olympics were resurrected into a modern global phenomenon. What are some of the most significant milestones in the history of the Olympics? Let's take a step back in time to 1924. This was the year the Winter Olympics first made their debut in Chamonix, France. Originally known as the International Winter Sports Week, these games were a major turning point, introducing us to thrilling sports like ice hockey and speed skating. Fast forward to 1936, and we find ourselves at the Berlin Olympics, a landmark event in many ways. These games were the first to be broadcast on television, bringing the thrill of Olympic competition into homes across the globe. Now let's travel to the London Games of 1948, a pivotal year for gender equality in sports. For the first time in history, women were allowed to compete in track and field events. This was a game changer, paving the way for countless female athletes to follow in their footsteps. Our journey through Olympic history wouldn't be complete without mentioning the Paralympics. The inaugural Paralympic Games were held in Rome in 1960, providing a platform for athletes with disabilities to showcase their skills and compete at the highest level. The Olympics have continually evolved, reflecting the changing times and cultural shifts. From the icy slopes of Chamonix to the running tracks of London, each milestone has marked a new chapter in this grand global event. What will be the next milestone? Only time will tell. Are you ready for some mind-blowing Olympic facts that you probably didn't know? Let's take a deep dive into the annals of Olympic history and uncover some hidden gems. Did you know that the only Olympic Games where no medals were awarded was the first modern Olympics in Athens in 1896? Athletes were awarded silver medals and an olive branch for winning, and copper medals for coming in second. The gold, silver, and bronze system wasn't introduced until the St. Louis Olympics in 1904. Moving on to our champions of the Games, let's talk about the youngest and oldest Olympic victors. The youngest recorded champion is Greek gymnast Dimitrios Laundras, who won a bronze medal at the tender age of 10 during the Athens Olympics in 1896. On the other end of the spectrum, the oldest Olympian to clinch a medal is Oskar Swan of Sweden, who was 72 when he won a silver in shooting at the 1920 Stockholm Olympics. And who can forget the most decorated Olympian of all time? American swimmer Michael Phelps has a staggering 28 medals to his name, 23 of them gold. That's more than some countries have won in total. The Olympics never cease to amaze with countless surprises and awe-inspiring achievements. Stay tuned for more fascinating facts in our upcoming videos.